What the heck is that?
What is that? Like iPad, I think, for sleeping?
iPad.
Well, iPad, yes. Thank you.
That's what you said.
And why is this here?
It's a blindfold.
I know that. Why is it here?
Well, when you have a new shooter, right, and you want her to concentrate on the feeling in her hand.
Yes, because what you should do.
That's all you want is somebody blind with a loaded gun in her hand. Tell me that's not what we're gonna do.
You can be right next to her, getting hands. To see, obviously, you're ready to do it.
I think this is the worst idea I've ever heard.
I think it's one of them.
Well, I'm sure we'll come up with some more. All right, are we rolling?
We have been.
Okay.
This is all on tape.
Good. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure.
What's that?
Should I say my first name?
Whatever you're comfortable with.
Think about it for a while. We'll get back to you.
Yeah, get
Okay,
back.
you go first.
Hey, I'm Dan Zimmerman. I'm the managing editor of The Truth About Guns.
I'm Nick Leghorn. I'm the senior editor of The Truth About Guns.
I'm Robert Farrago.
I'm H.L. Harris.
There you go. Because I don't really want to define myself in terms of my title.
Okay, you're bigger than that.
I do other stuff.
We all do.
So what would I say? If I said publisher, that wouldn't.
It's accurate.
Wouldn't incorporate like hypnosis and stuff.
No.
Master of nothing.
No, that's true.
Master, thank you for that. Did
No,
you just
there
say
you go.
master of nothing? Well, remind me again. Did I invite her?
You did. That's your undoing.
Okay. Should we talk about her post?
Absolutely. It got a lot of comments
What was
yesterday.
your first post?
It was.
And got a lot of comments.
Yes, it did.
There were 4,322.
In the neighborhood.
I'm a popular girl.
Okay. So you actually did have this happen to you.
Yes, I did. Yes.
Okay. And do you want to look sort of towards
Sure.
dreaming off in that direction?
Our readers are right there.
And just tell them what happened to you in your first attempt to
Yeah.
join the pistol packing set.
I took my my neighbor Macy with me to a few of the gun shops in Lone Passes. We started knocked and loaded, and we walked in, and the archery guy said he didn't know anything about guns, so we started to browse because the other man was busy helping another customer. About 20.
But you browsed, or the guy who greeted you browsed?
No.
You were browsing.
Yes, Macy and I browsed.
So describe the browsing. What kind of, did you just look at the guns in the cases?
Yeah, I looked at the guns in the cases. I mean, they had a whole archery section, so I went over there and looked at all
Have you ever
of
tempted to
them.
say, screw guns, I want to shoot someone with a bow and arrow?
No.
Because this is self-defense. She's
Yeah. I was
doing
never
this one.
tempted, never.
Not even a little bit? No, like with the crossbow?
Self-defense crossbow?
No.
That's what I was thinking.
No.
Have you ever been tempted, Dan, to have a crossbow for self-defense?
No, but it's not a bad idea.
I've always thought about a boomerang. I thought a boomerang might be a good idea.
You mean like in The Road Warrior?
Yeah.
Where he goes up to grab it and it cuts off
Cuts off his fingers
Yeah.
off.
And everybody
Exactly.
laughs.
There you go.
Yeah.
Humongous says, no more jokes.
That was great. I want one of
Never
those.
see it coming, ever.
That was funny. Really
Yeah.
kind of changed the pace on that. That was George Miller, wasn't it?
It was. And you'll never
If
run
you
out of
say
ammo.
so. I'm not sure
Never
about
run
that.
out of ammo.
Right. I thought that was the best of the whole series. Did you ever see the Road Warrior series? Did you see the most recent one?
Yeah, I did.
I missed that one.
Spoiler alert. Okay.
It's okay.
There's car crashes?
A lot of guys die. They all drive out. They all drive back.
Oh, yes, I've seen Mad Max.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
which one? Because they're
The
four.
old one. The one with what's his name? Mel Gibson?
Mel
That was
Gibson?
in all of them.
Oh, then I've seen one with
That's
Mel
not in
Gibson.
all of them.
He was in the first three.
Yeah.
He wasn't in the last one?
I'm
Oh, no,
surprised
that's right,
that
there's
there's
some
more than
Australian
one.
actor.
Yeah, some new guy.
Some new guy. That's right.
It's news to me there's more than one.
There's four.
What, Tom Hardy is in the new one.
Tom
Yes.
Hardy.
Already,
And he
that's
is
it.
cute.
I'm so glad we invited you because I wouldn't have come up with that observation in a million years.
Anyway, what thing did you
Your trip to the range,
Yes.
or to the
Let's go
gun
back to
store.
Mad Max for a second.
That's
Oh, all
The
right.
plot of that movie, right? Okay, so they're escaping from this, sort of steampunk hell, right?
Yes.
And they're getting chased, okay?
Just like in all the other
Right,
movies.
and they're getting chased, so they get away, right?
Right.
And then they said, fuck,
There's nowhere to go to,
right?
so we got to go back.
We gotta go back.
That's
But there's car crashes.
That's the plot of the movie. Who said?
Why didn't I write that?
Why didn't some guy put his hand up and say, you know what? I want $100 million for that idea.
Somebody did.
Was it nominated for best screenplay?
I don't know. No.
It probably should have been.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Who could have come up with an idea of driving out and driving back? That doesn't just happen.
It's so simple.
And yet elegant.
So simple.
And counterintuitive too. You don't think. You know, you don't sit in a meeting for script and say, okay, what do you guys have for ideas?
Yeah.
You know, the first
Right.
thing
And
you think
think,
of is not.
think of that pitch meeting. Okay, guys, this is where we're out Australian desert. They're all going to drive out, and they're all going to drive back.
Oh, no way!
Yep.
Oh my God,
Yep.
that's genius.
Yep.
I was thinking they were going to drive out, maybe
This is what-
circle around
Think
a
of the
bit.
money
This is what I do.
you could make saving that.
These
Just
are
driving
the
it.
people I choose to associate with. This is just dawning on me.
So, hey, did you hear about the Disney movie? Sorry, the Star Wars movie, the last one, the new one.
The new one?
Rogue
The
One?
new one or the one coming?
Rogue One.
What about it?
Right. Apparently, they had trouble finishing it, coming up with the finish for the thing. And they hired a screenwriter.
Doesn't the Death Star blow up?
Yeah.
Like it does in every
That's
other
what
one?
goes up. That's the end. That's always been the end.
Yes.
Yeah,
That is what happens.
Okay, that's kind of what
It's
happened.
okay.
So number 4, number 6, number 7, and Rogue One all end with the Death Star.
But it's the
blowing up.
prequel, so this is a much smaller Death Star.
That's what it took so long.
There you go.
Okay, where were we? So they paid some guy $15 million to come in and write the ending.
Where they all go out into space and they all come back. Many Bothans died driving, going out, and coming back. Yes, well, anyway.
And
We were saying-
they reshot scenes.
And here I am doing this.
They reshot scenes.
Did they?
Yep. And the actors claim, oh, it wasn't redoing anything. We were just getting some shots that we needed to redo. Had nothing to do with the complete change of the plot that the $15 million guy.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Should we tell people where we are and why there's noise in the background and what they're seeing and all that?
Can we finish any story?
No. No, it's just all free floating.
There you were being.
So we're
Yes.
here. We're here at the range at Austin.
Let's set the
let's
stage.
give some
You were
context.
in Lampasas at a gun store you've already named. You've already named and shamed them.
Yes, knocked and loaded
Yep, those will be done.
on 3rd Street.
Okay. And apparently there was a bit of misogyny.
Yes, a bit. Just teens.
A lot of eye rolling. You said.
Yeah, he did. I
Did he
walked
literally roll his eyes?
He did. Not only did he roll his eyes, but while I was trying to ask him about the ammo, he went over to his computer and he started looking something up on it. And I said, well, how would I get licensed even to carry this gun?
Right.
And he could barely answer the question because he was too busy like Googling something. He was like, you would,
Was he trying to answer a question of yours or you just got distracted?
he was distracted. He was like
Was it-
done with
was he
that
on-
conversation.
Was he on Pornhub.com or something like that?
You know, it was behind the, I
you
bet.
didn't see?
No.
So he
he
might-
said he was married, so probably he was on Pornhub. Yes.
We are not sponsoring this. I just want to know.
No.
Yeah,
people
no,
to know
they're-
that that was.
It's just a
Nothing
fun
to do.
establishment. That's all.
No
Yeah.
It's
affiliate.
not a paid endorsement of any kind.
No.
Okay, so here we are at the range at Austin. Nick, you haven't said much. You're responsible for this.
Yeah.
I am.
Tell people about what they're seeing
What
in
is
the
this
background.
place?
So the Range at Austin is a gun tree club. So the whole concept is, so you're in Austin, right? You want to go shoot a gun, and it's hotter than hell outside, and there's indoor ranges, but all you got are
Oh, are you going to name names now?
some
He's going to name names.
rather substandard locations.
Okay.
Like I used to go to the NRA
You
range.
know, look, I hate it. I see red when that happens.
That's
to me,
terrible.
You know.
So I used to go to the NRA range, right? I lived in Fairfax, Virginia. I'd go down, it'd be in the basement of the NRA building, and it was
Right.
perfect, pristine. It was great. The
And you were all
greatest.
alone, weren't you?
No comment. So that was a great
What were
range.
you wearing when you were down there?
And I come to Austin, and I'm disappointed that the only place I can really go shoot is out at Best of the West, which is a 45-minute drive, or there's other slightly okay ranges
Does he
in town.
sound a little Jewish to you?
Not to me.
5-minute drive. I gotta go out there. It's so far. It's so hot.
He grew up in the tri-state area,
Yeah.
you know,
So
osmosis.
these guys come up with this idea to put this gun club here, basically. So it's two floors.
So they looked over and they said,
We could do better.
right.
So I did. So we're almost there. We almost got everything done.
This is on a totally different scale than any other gun range
This is insane.
I've ever seen.
No, this is absolutely insane.
No,
this,
it's huge.
This is just the VIP area we're in, and this is
Yeah.
a small chunk of the range.
Yeah, this is, what, maybe 10% of the whole
Yeah,
building?
it's a 50,000 square foot facility.
Wow.
It's got
Swimming pool?
24 lanes downstairs at 25 yards.
Is
It's
the
got
swimming pool
There are not swimming pools.
No pool.
It's got 5 lanes at 100 yards, and there's 8 additional lanes up here at 25 yards for the VIPs only.
Yeah, but I think that doesn't really tell the whole story. You walk in the door and it's this vaulted ceiling,
Yeah.
and it's
It's a palace.
I believe you said when we went around the corner, you said, "Oh my God," because you saw the big room, and then we went
Oh, yeah.
and turned the corner, and there's is that the SIG room? No, that's
the AR room.
AR.
Yeah, yeah.
And just that big space. It's an architectural.
Oh, the architect did a good job.
I was going to say
It's
tour de force, but
impressive.
it doesn't really have.
It is absolutely impressive.
Yeah.
You won't believe it until you walk into it.
So you should.
Especially the VIP area.
Yeah.
Lovely.
It's
beautiful.
And
And there you were at the gun store, and they were rolling their eyes. No, he was rolling his eyes.
Yeah.
And you left. You went to another one. You were treated badly, and
Yeah.
then you went to shoot a gun.
Yes, my friend Macy again came through and said that he had a friend who was, not a gun owner, but gun nut, I suppose, and he had some guns and a private range on his land. Said he'd be willing to talk to me.
was he
And at
chunky or
least-
creamy? Who's a gun nut?
What was that?
Chunky or creamy gun nut?
Ew, what's...
Like peanut butter.
It's a peanut butter reference, and it was very weak. So just go on with your
Don't diss
story.
him. I give him full credit for going there. Don't slam
Swing and a
him.
miss. Swing and a miss.
He-
Moving on.
Sorry,
he
I'm
was-
sorry.
He was the
Fouled it off.
I failed
chunky
that.
or smooth peanut butter. It was a gun nut.
Oh, I get you now.
Oh, no.
That's my fault, everybody.
No.
That's his fault for what the actual line was.
Yeah. Moving on.
Were we going to say it's fault that she didn't react?
Moving on. Moving
Is
on.
it fault?
I don't know.
Anyway, so I went out there and I had a good experience, and I learned, what I thought I might go and learn at the gun shop, and a good start.
Well, I don't know. We saw your stance with the shotgun. We actually have a
Yeah.
picture of it. So when you say it was a good start,
Yeah,
That's typical, though. A lot of people with long guns start out that way, don't they?
yeah. My stance is
Nick,
Yeah?
you saw the stance in the picture?
I haven't seen the stance in the picture.
It's the usual lean back. You know,
You've got. I don't have all the.
that's okay.
Show me the picture.
I'll get it for you. No, she was leaning back as many new shooters do with the long gun.
The typical
it
new
was
shooter
literally,
stance.
I lifted it up and I said, Macy, take a picture. He hadn't even shown me how to hold it yet.
Gotcha.
To defend his, teaching skills. He hadn't even shown me how to hold the
So
gun
you
yet.
decided
you
to
go.
post a picture of the worst possible stance.
I sent
in your
you
article.
like 4 different pictures, and one of them was when I was actually shooting. So.
But you
I
didn't
wasn't
use
the
that one?
last
But he didn't use that
I
one.
was not the one who made that executive
God forbid.
decision.
Clearly tried
Robert.
to just shame you.
Yeah.
I didn't actually see any other pictures.
What? Check
Just
your
those two, and then the outside and the.
He's not very technically inclined. I don't know if you've noticed this yet, but it's not good.
I need a drink.
You can feel free.
Waterfall or?
That's all yours.
waterfall.
All yours.
So Dan, what else do we have today on the news?
Oh, today we've got.
And how much time do we have left? How much time are we going to do this thing for?
So you can do bureau as long as you want.
Sure, we've got some good news coming up from the NSSF. They got a nice ruling from the city of Pleasant Hill in California. It's not published yet, but it's about to go up.
What's this nice ruling?
They extracted $400,000 in legal fees when the city of Pleasant Hill tried to ghettoize all the gun stores in the city and cram them into one little space that was away from every school, daycare center, church.
Did they put the Star of David on them?
Yellow one? No, I don't think so. That might have been down the road.
It was patched on the back.
Yeah, could have been. But anyway, the city now
so
owes the NSSF and a local gun store $400,000 to pay their legal
What do you
fees.
reckon the split is there? What do you think the NSSF is going to get?
Don't know. Probably.
50-50?
Nah, I'm guessing the NSSF laid out more cash than the local gun store did.
So the gun store might actually get no cash back.
I'm sure they put something in there.
Okay.
They'll get their fees back.
So who actually pays that money though? Is that taxpayer?
The taxpayers of the beautiful city of Pleasant Hill, California, who I'm sure are thrilled that they now get to pay the evil gun lobby $400,000 of their hard-earned money.
Not as thrilled as we are.
Not as thrilled as we are, no.
We're really thrilled by that. Yes. In fact, we wish that stuff would happen
Every day.
a lot, right? In New Jersey, can you imagine?
New Jersey, New York, Maryland,
Maryland, Hawaii.
Oregon, Hawaii.
Rife, I tell you, rife.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. What else you got?
Oh, goodness. We've got Nick's first look at the RP9, Remington's new full-size duty gun, which we happen to have right here. It is clear. It is safe.
You didn't look when you just assumed. You didn't look when you.
I saw him do it before he put it in the rack.
Oh, but that doesn't count. Someone might have snuck in,
Could have done that.
loaded it up.
That was
Elf?
presumptuous on my part.
Here's the thing: is They basically did a Control-C, Control-V on the PPQ, right? So the design
That's a lot of
is...
acronyms right there.
The design is like the Walther PPQ, but it doesn't have, you don't have a magazine in there. I took it out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you have to do that. But it doesn't have any of the funky finger grooves on the grip, which I absolutely hate.
It's very comfortable, and for someone with small hands, and I have shot this gun, it's very comfortable for a full-size gun.
I don't get why European gun manufacturers insist on putting those finger grooves in. So Glock does it. They do it less than they used to.
HK doesn't have it on all their guns,
HK
I
doesn't
think.
have it on all.
There's a lot of space, air between the front sight and the rear sights. You know how some don't have a lot of space on either side?
Right.
This does. This
Yeah, it's a
has-
pretty thin front sight, which is nice. It's a nice, generous back sight.
I actually don't mind that.
It's okay.
Have a look.
It feels nice and rounded,
Oh,
smooth.
now he's looking. Now he's looking to see if it's loaded. See if the L's doing it.
I got
Not a bad reset.
one complaint.
It's tactile.
Yeah, to me, the reset on that is longer than a Donald Trump speech. It is.
I don't think it's that.
How did you laugh? You already heard that joke.
No, but he did it again.
It's good.
It's not nearly all the way out.
Listen, I feel like I'm nearly hitting the front trigger guard on that when I'm.
I don't.
So I'm there,
Now let it out.
and there is the reset.
Okay.
That
Now,
bothers you?
it's about halfway out. It's about halfway to all the way.
Halfway out.
Yeah.
So when you're talking about a nice striker-fired handgun, like there's no reason to have that much reset. It's just.
Very Glock trigger. I mean, it's almost, how would you tell?
Yeah, but it's much smoother than a Glock
I mean, the
trigger.
design.
So
Yes.
I don't
they
agree.
license it from
Here's the
Glock?
thing. So it's not. It is actually a lot blocky on the inside. A lot of the internals
do
look
they,
like it. It's so that idea of a split trigger isn't Glock necessarily. And
No.
the thing is,
No, but the way they're doing it here.
No, no, no.
Same as an M&P.
The M&P does it as well. The thing is, the Glock has a sort of pointed trigger on it, right? So it's
Yes.
got smooth on the side. It's got angled sides, and it comes to a point in the center. And then there's the little Glock nub thing. This is flat.
To me, this is superior to a Glock trigger.
I agree. It's a flat trigger. It doesn't feel as.
Leaves marks.
It's always going to leave mark.
Leave marks.
It hurts.
Poor hand.
Yeah, that's not a heavy trigger pull.
Get some calluses.
Have you measured it? Because I can't imagine that's more than 6 pounds.
Nah, I still got to do that. It's part of the full review process I got to do.
Yeah. Still doing.
But I have shot it, and it is remarkably nice. So it's not snappy at all. It's nice and soft shooting. It's got a lot of mass to it to soak that up, and the interchangeable back straps on it mean that you actually get a good grip on it, so you can change it out to fit your hand exactly.
You absolutely do.
I like it.
We've got to come up with this end time for this thing. We've got to set a deadline. So when,
It'll be interesting to see how the 45 version of that shoots too.
That's true, because they do have a 45 version as well.
Yeah.
I was
Did I not say
expecting that they were going to come out with a 45 version of the R51.
We
That
just-
would make a lot of sense to me.
Plowed right through you there.
Yeah, we did.
I'm the alpha here. Okay.
See, that's the problem. He thinks he's the alpha.
I know.
Yeah, it's cute.
Let him think.
Okay. Because it's a single stack line, it would
Guys,
do
let me
well
remind you,
45.
who lost like $500,000 on the Texas Fires Fest?
Listen, I don't think that's something you necessarily want to advertise.
Ah, well.
I'm just kidding. We made, oh boy, wow. We made so much money. You see this place around you?
Don't worry, I won't edit that out at all.
Nice to know. Where were we?
We were
Oh, you were
praising.
prattling on.
I was prattling.
When are we going to be done? Because I want to make.
Probably now.
Okay. You want me done
Let's
when you're
ask
done?
our guest
Yes.
for a little more input.
Yeah.
And can you sort of look that way?
Yes,
Because, you know,
The lens.
the lens.
the lens of the camera. I'm going to ask you 3 very quick questions.
Okay.
Just you'll have options, okay? And just answer whatever you think comes to your mind, all right?
Right.
Ready? Okay. Glock or M&P?
I have no idea.
Just pick.
Glock.
Okay. Shotgun or handgun?
Shotgun.
Interesting.
I like that choice.
Taser or pepper spray?
Taser.
Okay. Any questions?
Can't argue with those.
Good choices. Okay. Well, thanks for joining us here at the range at Austin.